So, good evening, guys. Quickly join. We'll be doing the visual acuity today. Good evening. Thank you. I thought that we'll be doing it early today because I was not able to do yesterday. That's why. Uh, so, any queries, guys? I also want to take some doubt discussion. Meanwhile, if you have any queries, meanwhile, you can post that also. Please post any queries related to today's topic or any other topic. And yes, of course, we will be discussing the visual acuity. And how is your preparation going on? What are your thoughts and feelings? Tell me about that also. So, what is the most common chart that we use for visual acuity? Because we are talking about the visual acuity today. What is the most common chart that we use for the visual acuity? Yes, Snellen's chart, right? So yes, the most common chart that we use, and there are a lot of doubts related to this Snellen's chart. So I thought we'll be discussing that also today. So if I want to take the visual acuity, how much distance the person should stand? Thank you so much, guys. Yes. So everybody has given the right answer. The lens chart. I'm just trying to share the link so that the people can join in. Yes. 20 feet. So 20 feet and 6 meters is actually equivalent. है ना? Both are same. It could be 6 meters or it could be 20 feet. How to note it? How to note the visual acuity, you mean to say, na? So I'm going to talk about that only. Just give me a while. What is a normal visual acuity? Let me see. What is the normal visual acuity, guys? Because mostly we get one question or two question on the visual acuity, so I think it's an important topic. Let's get done. All right. All right, so everything is done now. We can start. Yes. So this is actually your Snellen's chart. Look at this. This is your Snellen's chart, and when we ask the person, you must have seen this in your IOPDs. You must have seen this in the vision box. It has been pasted there when you go to the spectacles shop and all. And the patient is actually expected to stand at a distance of 6 meters. Patient is expected to stand at a distance of 6 meters. Now this 6 meters is equal to 20 feet, because in India we take this in meters. So this is 6 meters. In US we take it in feet, so this will be 20 feet. Now, when the patient is standing at a distance of 6 meters, what he will be asked to read these letters. So, obviously, yes, I think many of my students are also doing optometry. So, welcome, guys. And you can also have a look at this, right? So, you can take the visual acuity one by one. So, we ask the person to close the eyes one this time and once this time this eye. So, one by one, he has to start from here, and whichever is the last smallest letter that he or she can read, we have to see this and you have to give. Okay. At a distance of, I don't know, every time I'm teaching, you people are talking more about my hair than the topic itself. So at times I'm confused that should I be happy about it or what? Okay. So patient is standing at a distance of 6 meters or the 20 feet, and the patient has to read from this. So if the patient is reading this topmost line, now you will people have to answer this. If the patient is standing at a distance of 6 meters and with the right eye, okay, we start with the right eye and left eye is closed like this. And the right eye, say patient is reading this letter. So what will be the visual acuity of this person? Reading only this letter. Then how will you record the visual acuity? Jaldi jaldi se batao. Then what will be the visual acuity of the person if the person, yes, very good, very good. I think Shiva, you have done an excellent job because he has also written a right eye, है ना? So that is the correct way of giving the visual acuity. Right eye 6 by 60. 1 by 6 नहीं लिखते हैं अलसी. It is 6 by 60. You can write it as OD also. You can write it as right eye also. 6 by 60. ठीक है? Now, similarly, if the person is reading these letters also, he reads A, X, O, then the visual acuity of the person will become 6 by 36. है ना? Similarly, if he reads also these T, V, H, then his visual acuity becomes 6 by 24. Yes. Then if he reads these letters also U, A, X, then his visual acuity will become 6 by 18. Then he reads H, T, O, V. Then it becomes 6 by 12. Then he reads if X, A, U, M, T. It becomes 6 by 9. And finally, if he's reading V, H, A, I, X, U, Y, everything this, then it becomes 6 by 6. Okay? Now, let's start from here. Now, if he was reading only this letter, it was 6 by 60. Then it was 6 by 60. So that means what a normal person can read from 60 meters. You have to see this. This is for the normal persons. So what a normal person can read from a distance of 60 meters, this person is reading from 6 meters. Are you getting this? This is the interpretation of the visual acuity. This is the interpretation of the visual acuity. What a normal person can read from 60 meters, he is reading from 6 meters. Then, uske baad, if a person is suppose reading the A and X, he is not reading O, he is reading A and X, then I will say it is 6 by 36 partial. So that is the meaning of partial. He is able to read this line, but not all the letters. He is able to read this line, but not all the letters. Then I will say it is 6 by 36 partial. Are you getting this? Yes, so that is what I'm telling you, Satvik. If he is able to read only one letter here, then you will write it partial. Sometimes, when it is many letters, suppose it is many letters here and the person is just able to read one letter. Suppose the person is able to read just one letter, then I will not say 6 by 12. I cannot say it is 6 by 9 because it is just one letter of 6 by 9. Then I will say 6 by 9 and in bracket I will write 1. Means only one letter of 6 by 9. So 6 by 9, 1. Or 6 by 9, 2. Something like this. Are you getting this? Okay? So if he is reading A and X, then it is 6 by 36 partial. So what a normal person can read from 36 meters. What a normal person can read from 36 meters, this person is reading from 6 meters. That is why it is 6 by 36. Similarly, near के लिए different charts. It is the Jaguar's chart. Even a Snellen's chart, near chart is also available. That is a different one. For that, we can also use that one. Similarly, if the person is reading, suppose T and V, A, X, O, T and V, then I will say 6 by 24, bracket I can write 2. And what a normal person can read from 24 meters, this person is reading from 6 meters. So what a normal person can read from 60 meters, this person is reading from 6 meters. 10 times. 10 times, there is a difference. This person is reading from a distance of 10 times, this normal person, and the patient is reading 1 by 10th distance. What a normal person can read from 60 meters, this person is reading from 6 meters. So 60 by 10 is 60 by 6 is 10. Similarly, what a normal person can read from 36 meters, this person is reading from 6 meters. So from how much distance this patient is seeing? 36 upon 6, 1 by 6th distance. 1 by 6. Here visual acuity will be 1 by 10th. 24 meters. This person is actually reading from 6 meters. So the patient is reading at a distance of 24 upon 6. So 1/4 distance. 1/4 distance way. So visual acuity is 1/4 here. Then 6 by 18. So 1/3. 6 by 12. Half. And then 6 by 9, 1.5. And then it is 6 by 6. So same distance. So what a normal person can see from 6 meters, this person is also seeing from 6 meters. So it is normal visual acuity. Now, why do we take right eye first? This is by convention. There is no hard and fast rule. You can take the left eye also first. But according to the convention, we first start with the right eye and then we take with the left eye. But if you take the first left eye, there is no problem in that. Okay. So that is there. Okay. First of all, tell me, have you understood this? Have you understood this? Now, based on this, you have to see that what should be the angle subtended, because you get a lot of MCQs on the angle subtended. Yes, ठीक है ना? In the angle subtended. Now, if you see here, this letter A. Yes, I will tell you that also, that why we are checking it at a distance of 6 meters after I explain you this angle concept. Now, what we say that this letter, okay, this letter is actually seen to a normal person at a distance of even 60 meters. So beyond 60 meters, even this letter is not visible to a normal person. Why? Because this size letter, it actually fits in a square. I'll show you. Should I draw a square here? Let me show you how. See, so basically every letter is designed in such a way that it is fitting in a square. Okay, and this square is having 5 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and 5 also here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is fitting in a square, something like this. So this size is actually able to make that smallest angle at the nodal point. Now somebody was asking me, we do not know nodal point. Nodal point is actually the center of the lens. So suppose we have this human lens. ठीक है, मैं AC का remote use कर रही हूँ. This is your our eye lens. ठीक है. So the central point of this lens, suppose this is the central point of the lens, which is called as a nodal point. So this letter A will subtend an angle of minimum angle, that is your 5 minutes at the nodal point. So because it is making this minimum angle at a distance of this 60 meters, not beyond that, that is why this letter is visible to a normal person at a distance of 60 meters. And how much is that angle? That angle is 5 minutes of the arc. Now, because our patient has a visual acuity which is not normal, which is lesser, and how much lesser it was, he was able to see it at a distance that was 1/10 of the distance. Normal person was seeing it at 60 meters, patient is seeing at 6 meters. ठीक है ना? So 1/10. So that means he requires larger angle. Yes. And how much larger? 10 times. Why? Because he is seeing it at 1/10 of the distance. So as you are reducing the distance, what is happening? Angle will become larger, larger, larger. So how much larger? जितना distance कम होगा उतना ही angle बढ़ जाएगा. 60/6, ठीक है, it is 10 times. You are decreasing the distance 10 times. So angle will increase by 10 times. So the angle subtended by this letter at 6 meter will be 5 into 10. That is 50 minutes. While at the 60 meters, it was just 5 minutes of the arc. Achha, some people cannot understand Hindi. All right, I'll try to. Now, see, have you understood this concept? We try to do it on the next line also. Similarly, if you see this letter X and this letter O, so they are subtending an angle of 5 minutes at respective distance. That is your 36 meters. Shiva, look at the second one then. This is your 36. Each line, each letter. Yes, look at it one more time. We'll go one more time. Now, first of all, we talked about a minimum angle of resolution. Minimum angle of resolution means the angle which is required to delineate the letter. Means suppose this is your letter E. Now, if I want to look at this letter E, I should be able to see this line separately, this line separately, this line separately, and then in total, I will be able to see this letter. So what should be the resolution, minimum resolution at which my eye could see these three limbs separately? That minimum angle is 5 minutes. If the angle subtended by this letter is less than 5 minutes, I won't be able to resolve these three limbs. It would be something like this, and therefore I won't be able to read this letter. So the minimum angle that I require to resolve this letter E is actually 5 minutes. It is actually 5 minutes. Some people say that I don't understand Hindi na, and some people say ki acha, English one has understood, hai na? Okay. So kam se kam I'll speak in both the languages. Pehle see in English and then I'll speak in Hindi. The minimum angle which should be made by this letter E, whole of this letter E, okay, at the center of my human lens. At the center of the human lens is 5 minutes. Only then I'll be able to resolve these three lines separately. Now in Hindi, minimum angle कितना होना चाहिए इस लेटर E और जो नोडल पॉइंट है, मतलब सेंटर ऑफ द लेंस, सेंटर ऑफ द लेंस पर ये लेटर E कम से कम कितना एंगल बनाएगा कि हमें ये तीनों जो लिम्स हैं लेटर E के वो सेपरेटली दिखने चाहिए. अगर 5 मिनट से भी कम ये एंगल बनाएगा तो ये हमें अलग अलग नहीं दिखेंगे, हम उसको नहीं पहचान पाएंगे अलग अलग. तो लेटर ऐसा दिखेगा तो आप उसको नहीं पढ़ पाओगे. तो वो कम से कम कितना होना चाहिए, हम उसे कहते हैं रिजोल्यूशन, मिनिमम एंगल रिजोल्व करने के लिए, इन तीन लाइंस को रिजोल्व करने के लिए. तो वो जो मिनिमम एंगल होता है वो 5 मिनट्स ऑफ द आर्क होता है. अब जो लेटर का साइज है उसके हिसाब से डिस्टेंस है, क्योंकि ये जो टॉप मोस्ट लेटर है वो बड़ा है. So this is going to make that minimum angle at a more distance, that is 60 meters. Because this letter is large, it will sustain an angle of 5 minutes. That is the minimum angle even at a large distance, that is 60 meters. देन एज द लेटर साइज डिक्रीज, जैसे जैसे लेटर्स का साइज डिक्रीज होता चला जाएगा, जो एंगल बन रहा है एंगल सेम रहेगा 5 minutes. The angle will remain same, that is 5 minutes, but the distance at which they will make this angle will decrease. So size is decreasing and distance is also decreasing. So if you look at this topmost letter, this is making the same angle at 60 meters. This is making an angle, same angle at 36 meters. This is making the same angle at 24 meters. Then this is making the same at 18 meters, 12 meters, 9 meters, and 6 meters. First of all, see, have you understood this thing? Then we will move forward. पहले देखो, इतना समझ में आ गया मिनिमम एंगल ऑफ रिजोल्यूशन क्या होता है. एवरीबडी हैज अंडरस्टूड दिस एंड हाउ इट इज सबस्टेंडेड एट डिफरेंट डिस्टेंसेस. उतना भी समझ में आया? ठीक है एवरीबडी ना? इंग्लिश हिंदी बोथ? ओके, नाउ वी विल ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड द क्वेश्चन. सपोज दे से कि ये लेटर है, आई विल टेल यू इन इंग्लिश ऑल्सो. ठीक है, सपोज उन्होंने बोला कि ये लेटर है, तो ये लेटर कितना एंगल बनाएगा एट 6 meters. ये लेटर कितना एंगल बनाएगा एट 6 meters. So how to decide that? So you have to decide by the distance. पहले आपको वो याद करना है जो आपको पता है. हमें पता है कि हर लेटर मिनिमम एंगल बनाता है अपनी रिस्पेक्टिव डिस्टेंस पे. तो अगर ये सबसे ज्यादा टॉप मोस्ट लेटर है तो ये बनाएगा 5 minutes एट द 60 meters. 5 minutes ऑफ द आर्क एट द 60 meters. और इन्होंने पूछा कितने पर है? 6 meters पे. अब जैसे ही हम चीज को पास लाते जाएंगे एंगल बढ़ता चला जाएगा. कितना बढ़ेगा? जितना डिस्टेंस कम हो रहा है. डिस्टेंस कितना कम हो रहा है? तो 60/6 10 टाइम्स कम हो रहा है, उतना ही हम एंगल बढ़ा देंगे. 5 minutes into 10 कर देंगे एंड आंसर हो गया 50 minutes. नाउ इन इंग्लिश, if somebody is asking you how much angle is subtended by this topmost letter, so you have to first see how much angle is subtended at 60 meters, because each letter will make 5 minutes of the arc at the respective distance. So it will make 5 minutes at 60 meters and they are asking at 6 meters. So you will have to see how much distance is decreasing. The distance decreasing will be your 60/6. So it is 10 times. So because you are decreasing the distance by 10 times, the angle will increase by 10 times, and that is why it will be 5 minutes of the arc into 10 and answer will be 50 minutes. So see, English, Hindi both. Are you getting this concept? How to calculate this? Everybody has understood this? Optom, Divas, Pranav, Shiva, Alsi, Ardra, Mukesh, everybody, Shiva, Rocky, everybody. So everybody is understood. Then tell me what will be the angle subtended by this letter X at a distance of 6 meters. If you have understood, then try to answer what will be the angle made by this letter at 6 meters. 30 seconds. Guys, give the answer. What will be the angle subtended by this letter at 6 meters? How 60? So this letter will make an angle of 5 minutes at 36 meters. And they are asking at 6 meters. So they are decreasing the distance by 6 times. So angle will increase by 6 times. 5 minutes. So this will be your 5 minutes into 6. 5 minutes into 6. So that becomes 30 minutes. 30 seconds, no 30 seconds, it is 30 minutes. Are you getting this? Then tell me about this next one. 24. What will be the angle subtended by this letter H? What will be the angle subtended by this letter H at a distance of 6 meters? What will be the angle subtended by this letter at a distance of uh, 6 meters? Yes. So again, you go by the same way, that this letter will subtend an angle of 5 minutes at 24 meters. Now we have to see at 6 meters. So angle is decreased. The distance is decreasing by 4 times, because 24 upon 6, 4 times. So you have to increase the angle by 4 times. 5 minutes into 4, 20 minutes. So this is your Snellen's chart. How much distance the patient has to stand, how to read the visual acuity, what is the interpretation, and how to do the numericals related to this visual acuity. Related to the visual acuity. Acha, one person was asking me why we ask the person to stand at a distance of 6 meters. Because this is the minimum distance at which we are getting 5 minutes of the hour. Minimum distance. So maximum distance at which we are getting this 5 minutes of the arc is 60 and minimum is 6. That is why we are asking the person to stand at a distance of 6 meters. Yes. 20 by 200 is actually same as 6 by 60. Actually जो concept है legal blindness, social blindness, economic blindness, all these have been obsolete now. This is obsolete now. We do not use, because earlier we had a different blindness definition than that of the WHO. Then the WHO, according to WHO, the visual acuity for the blindness was less than 3 by 60. But till 2017, our definition was different. That was visual acuity less than 6 by 60. So after 2017, we have adopted the same definition, that the visual acuity less than 3 by 60 is the blindness. But before that, we were using these things, like from 6 by 60 to 3 by 60, then 3 by 60 to 1 by 60, and 1 by 60 to PL positive, and then we had a PL negative. So the thing is that when it is PL negative, then it is actually the absolute blindness. Then we have the economic, social, and the manifest blindness. Yes, in the small area, we are able to cover the 6 meters by taking the help of the mirrors. So 3 meters, the patient is standing, and the Snellen's chart, he has to read in the mirror. So we are using 3 meters actual distance, and 3 meters is the virtual distance in the mirror. That is how we are covering 6 meters. 6 by 6 is in meters, and 20 by 20 is in feet. Both are same. So have you understood this, guys? A small thing, but a very important thing. Just a crisp and short discussion regarding this visual acuity chart, the Snellen's chart, we can do quickly. And if you know this, just you can see this video in 30 minutes and you are done with the visual acuity Snellen's chart, and all the questions related to it you can do quickly. So have you understood this? Any problem? Anything that you have not understood here? अभी आई हैव नॉट डिसाइडेड कि वेदर आई विल कीप द क्लास एट 9 और नॉट, क्योंकि कल कुछ प्रॉब्लम थी ड्यू टू अर्जेंट वर्क. आई हैड नॉट केप्ट द क्लास, तो टुडे आई हैव कॉम्पनसेटेड फॉर दैट क्लास. अगर अभी कोई टॉपिक मिल जाता है एंड आई एम रिलेटिवली फ्री, देन आई विल कीप द क्लास एट 9 टुडे. अदरवाइज वी कैन do the class tomorrow at 9 or 8:30. So I think this is all for visual acuity, guys, and it's a short but a crisp discussion. Don't fall into the trap of converting 6 by 6 into 20 by 20, Manoj. Actually क्या है कि these are the calculations. So some of the calculations are very easy, you can easily convert them, but some of them becomes pretty low. So follow just one chart, 6 by 6, that is followed in India, nothing else. Why we are using 6 by 60 or 6 by 36? We can use 6 by 10. How to use 6 by 10? Next class of thalmoscopy. All right. Difference between defective and diminished. Yes, defective vision and diminution of vision, there is not much difference actually. But हाँ थोड़ा सा quantity का difference है. When there is just a small amount of vision loss, then we say that the vision is defective, and when it is gross, then we say it is the diminution of vision. Plus diminution of vision we use when we have a problem in the very very less in terms of the visual acuity chart. Defective means when we have some other problems also, maybe the problem with the color vision also, maybe the depth perception also, but all round you have the same concept that there is a diminution of vision in both. All right, so I think this is all for today, and I'll let you know if I'll take another session today at 9 p.m. and yeah, you can send me the topics for your suggestion at my Telegram group or at the direct message. Okay, and according to the that I'll try to decide that what should be my next topic. I think if people are interested in Maddox rod, then we can do it. I do not know how many people, because I have kept the Maddox rod also. So what can we do the Maddox rod session at 9 today? I have a Maddox rod kept for you guys, and we can do it. What do you say? Can we do this Maddox rod? And then maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow we can do with the Jackson cross cylinders also. Yes, अलसी का ऑफ्थेल्मोस्कोपी ही चाहिए. ऑफ्थेल्मोस्कोपी भी हम कर लेंगे, डोंट वरी. ठीक है ना, टुमारो वी विल बी डूइंग ऑफ्थेल्मोस्कोपी. ठीक है, so at 9 we'll be doing this Maddox rod, and then tomorrow we can do the ophthalmoscopy, and then maybe these Jackson cross cylinders. So I think that will be a very interesting session. We'll be doing it, so be prepared. Get ready for the evening session Maddox rod, and we'll be trying to solve certain questions also related to the Maddox rod. ठीक है, Telegram group का link I'll be posting in this video after this. ठीक है, and I'm sorry if I'm not able to answer some of the questions, क्योंकि questions ऊपर चले जाते हैं, and the above questions I'm not able to see. So if the stereo specificity test, stereo specific, you mean to say stereopsis test. तो stereopsis test जो होते हैं they are ones, लेकिन उनका उसके लिए ना I will be requiring the board to teach. So let me see, I'll try to teach the stereoscopic test. And शिवा ये क्या लिखा है? I do not get you. I do not know what it is written. ठीक है, so I think this is all for today, and yeah, so daily we'll try to do some practical things. I think this is more fruitful also, and you are getting a practical knowledge also from this. This video will be available on my channel afterwards also. This will be uploaded in the YouTube, and you will be getting this video afterwards also. So goodbye, thank you, and meeting at 9 with the Maddox rod session. All right, guys. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.